Getting somebody who has no idea who you are, interested in what you have to offer, is the #1 thing that you need to fix in your fitness coaching business today. Because I work with a lot of fitness coaches. I know how you guys make money, and if we don't focus on making our own offer and you focus on getting paid by sponsorships, you won't get paid shit with sponsorships. So Gymshark, Young LA, Alphalete actually has a pretty good program. But everybody else, the people who are watching this right now that want to make money with fitness coaching, I'm going to show you exactly how to make yourself look like an authority on your Instagram, no matter how many followers you have. And then I'm going to go in depth on a DM set that resulted in a $2,500 close and show you the exact DM framework that we use for all of our fitness coaches across the board. So let me know what you think in the comments below about this video. And this is going to be a series. Like, I'm going to keep reviewing DMs from our DM setters that we have and the fitness coaches that I'm consulting with. And so you can expect a lot more videos like this. I'll be linking them in the description as I go and then putting them at the end of the video. So just enjoy this and let me know what you get from it.
Leads for high ticket fitness plans is what we are going to talk about today. So if you don't already know me, my name is Marco. Right now I'm consulting over 25 fitness coaches on how to scale their business, how to get leads, and coaching them through the entire sales process, as well as building out their social profile to be able to attract these kinds of leads that we're looking for. And so what we're looking for in a lead is that we want them to be qualified for your coaching. We want them to actually need the help. We want them to be driven to change, them to have money, and we don't want them to waste your time. But when I think about actually talking about this with you, obviously what we're looking for are a lot of these leads, quality leads, and ready to buy leads. And so what I imagine when I'm asking you this question, I'm going, what do you want? You say better leads. I'm asking you, what are you doing to get them? And you are silent. But it's okay, because we're gonna fix that. So the 4 ways that people find out about your stuff is divided into warm prospects and cold prospects. And so the warm prospects, you're either going to be able to have conversations with them one-on-one when they are inbound messaging you on your profile, or you are making content and speaking to the people that have already seen you. The cold prospects are going to be the people that you outreach to that are engaging with your account in some way. So they've either followed you, they've liked your post, voted on a poll, something like that, but that you are going to be outreaching to them. And I'm going to cover exactly successful DM sets that have resulted in $2,500 deals for fitness coaching, breaking it down step by step. It's pretty good. Last one is running ads. So this is going to be obviously a cold approach, but this is like a one-to-many. So you have to do at least one of these things to grow your business. Otherwise, no one is going to know that you exist, and you can actually have a lot of success even if you do one of these things. But specifically about this outreach and starting conversations, this is actually where we make all of our money. Only a handful of our fitness coaches are running ads. All of them are making content. But I would say that even if they weren't running ads, that doing this cold and warm outreach strategy that I'm going to show you, it doesn't matter. Like, all of it is, you are going to find every single quality lead inside of your business, and they're not going to slip through the cracks, you know? So let's get into actually what it takes and what the expectation is for you to have a successful coaching business with all these quality leads pouring in. Your profile needs to look something like this. Like, you need a quality profile picture, ideally showing off your physique. You need some type of unique, authoritative bio and a clear offer with a call to action. We found that type form works better than any other thing in the bio. Client results in the highlights, and specific intentional pinned posts that display either lifestyle, client results, or what you do and why you are unique. Going through a checklist for building authority and trust is that you need plenty of highlights of your client wins and testimonials. These are mine. I've decided to actually make it like specific and individual to each client. So if you go through my page, you just keep scrolling through my highlights because I have so many people that I've helped and I'm showing it off. But so many people that I work with, they might have 40 clients that they've worked with, but on their page, they maybe have 5 unique people. So it doesn't make sense, it doesn't add up. If you are somebody who is top G, you've helped so many people, why wouldn't you show it off? The next thing that you need is explaining how they did it and what method they used and what exact transformation they actually accomplished, as well as undeniable proof of it all. And so some examples of these is that this is my client, Ethan. He's got 2 highlights that are separate from each other, but they both boast client wins. So he's got a client wins tab and testimonials tab, and testimonials tab has like the actual videos of his clients speaking about him. But what he does is that he will put the picture of the transformation, and then he will make a talking head video on his story talking about how they achieved that transformation, what method they used, and the exact transformation they have accomplished. As well as we're giving out free value with client results. So we're putting all these screenshots of text of people having success, and then we're getting into, but I still find the way to accomplish this. I actually made a free guide on this topic. Reply with this keyword and I'll send it to you. And then this is something that you should do for all of your client results, is make a cover page talking about their transformation, talking about the process that they got to get there. And then on your next story that you post right after that is their video testimonial. Put their at so that people can see that it's a real person and a unique client. Put their transformation again, and then write a nice thing about them. And then the strategies to get a lot of qualified leads, because that was for pre-selling. Okay, we want to build authority and trust so that when people get on with you, they are already kind of bought into what you do. You've obviously shown that you can make the results happen. And so this is to get ready to buy leads, is what we just covered. Now, to get a lot of leads, and I would argue a better quality, is that we need to use these engagement strategies. So you have polls and slider tools on your stories, and you need to use these at least 2 times a week. The reason for this is because so many people will just, it's so simple to click a button, but all of the people that do click the button, they'll be able to actually get outreach to by you or your appointment setter. As well as ask me a question, you can respond to these and build authority while getting leads to reach out to you because they have questions for you. So an example of this, of polls, is what's your current physique with a transformation photo of yourself? Or a picture of you at the beach. My client put his girlfriend taking a picture of him, and this just builds the lifestyle aspect, right? Like he's at the beach with the girl, has a shirt off, and asking people what their goal is. All I have to do is click a button. But our appointment setter reaches out to all of these people, and this is where we're finding all of these leads. Then I really encourage you to use free value consistently. And again, I'm using this example because what we did was we leveraged all of his client results and then tied it in with a free guide. And then this is an example of a guy that did really well because it's just one story post. So whenever you post a single story, it gets more engagement for whatever reason. It gets more views. All we did was a simple call to action talking about a beach body, how to get it. And then this is actually a video. So storytelling throughout is what's gonna actually make it engaging and get people to actually reply. And so this is just a video of him stretching. And he's continuously stretching for 3 stories, but he has different texts. So he says, do you do mobility? If not, you're probably gonna get injured. And if you don't know what to do, reply with mobility. I'm gonna send you my free guide on it. All of that is to get qualified leads. Now, this is a really interesting topic, which is outreaching and how to do it. So this is actually, I ripped this from the exact strategy that I give to my appointment setters that I train in place for my clients. But what you need to do in your DM conversations is just acknowledge, compliment, and then ask, and use that framework to respond to almost every single thing that they send to you. So when you do this, you're going to make them feel heard, make them feel important, and you're going to be able to transition into your next question very naturally. It also just gets you to not ignore them, because so many people I see do something like this where their client says, I'm trying to gain 40 pounds, but I've been struggling with eating for years now. It's so tough, but I keep on going. That's so much sauce and pain that they just dropped on you. And so many people would be like, so is eating the main thing holding you back? Because they're trying to sell and they're trying to progress the conversation in a really unproductive way. So instead, you could say something like, okay, I hear you. I'm sorry to hear that you struggled with that for so long. I can only imagine how tough it must be. It was also my biggest problem for years too. See that acknowledge and almost a compliment, the compliment is at least you stuck to your goal without giving up. That is the compliment. So the question comes, so do you think eating is the main thing holding you back from gaining those 40 pounds? That is a way more natural, engaging conversation to have about something like this. And so going over a DM set that closed for $2,500 Ethan actually had a really successful weekend with this DM set included. But I'm just gonna review this so that you can see clearly what actually happens in a successful DM set. We're going over and outreaching. What's up, Ryan? Sick car, by the way. All we did was comment something relevant about his profile picture. It says, what's up, bro? Thank you. Then later, much later, we responded with, this is the actual outreach method. This must have been Ethan, actually. But the outreach starts with, yo, Ryan, what's good? Wanted to reach out. I'm actually making some content. Wanted to see if there's anything that you'd be interested in me making content about. Always down to drop some value if you need help. He said maybe some cooking videos. I tend to enjoy those. We said appreciate it. I could definitely try to add that. By the way, what are you currently working towards fitness-wise? Right there, boom, we just slide in. He responds, fitness-wise, I've been working on losing weight, started to work out again. And he responded with a long message talking about how he lives with his auntie. So now this is the examples that I wanted to share with you, is the actual quality, acknowledge, compliment, and ask framework in action. Man, I can only imagine how tough that few months must have been. Dealing with a flooded home, we're acknowledging everything he says, living out of your routine, trying to hold it all together, respect for even trying to stay on track during that. So you see the acknowledge and compliment in one message. So how much body fat percentage do you want to have right now? He must have said that somewhere. Or maybe we just like assuming that he was talking about body fat percentage, whatever. So then we get into further, he responds with the body fat percentage. That's some solid numbers. For how long have you been wanting to get lean like this? Probably for a while. I've always looked bulky, broad shoulders. So our appointment setter says that makes a lot of sense. When you're naturally broad and already have that size, dialing in things to actually look lean is the game changer. And yeah, following someone else's plan can feel off until you build around your own. So that was the acknowledge. Now we ask the question, why do you feel like now is the right time to get lean and finally disclose what is hidden underneath that mass? It's fire. He's talking about how to actually burn all that fat so that we can actually show off that mass. Client responds. Our appointment setter says, facts. Honestly, just the fact that you're pushing through all that, still thinking about getting better, says a lot. That is an acknowledge and compliment in one sentence. So tell me about your day today and what are you doing more? Are you on your feet or do you sit at a desk? And I skipped a little bit, but now we're going, he's like, yeah, for my age, I'm very busy. Both my parents have businesses, so it's a very chaotic, stressful household. I'm usually up at 7, don't get home till 8. We respond with, damn, that's a lot on your plate. Being around 2 family businesses is no joke, especially when your days are from 7 to 8. And then we say, how old are you? Says 19, been dealing with it since I was 12. My mom had me start working at 12 years old. Yeah, our opponent says, brother's a millionaire now. Which is like just cheeky, right? Now we're not following the exact rigid framework. We're just able to respond to him naturally. He says, LOL, I wish. Then we go back to the car. Is that your car on your profile pic? Because something that you need to remember is that most people are going to be so set on their life. So if you just be able to compliment them about their life, they're gonna be excited to talk to you. So he says, yes, it is. Even sends pictures of his car because he loves it so much, okay? This is like, very natural for somebody to be excited about what they like. And if you notice that and are able to pick that out, then they're gonna be that much more excited to actually talk to you. Obviously, this guy is super engaged already. But he says, gotta give a big thank you for having a mom like this who pushed you as you were 12 years old, just acknowledging his mom. Now, we're getting back into it. By the way, what do you feel like is holding you back from getting into that shape, okay? You see how that like natural exchange about the car, his mom, his family, now we're getting right back into it. There's nothing in your body holding you back. Imagine how far you would get in the right structure and support in place. Now we're building the vision a little bit, asking the next question. How do you feel that lack of clear structure has been impacting your progress so far? Now he starts getting real. The client goes, I don't know really how to feel about it, to be honest. I've always been passionate about working out, even in school. So now we respond. This is like the heavy hitting, we're about there on the finish line. Sounds like there's a deep part of you that's always known how powerful fitness can be. Honestly, that awareness about the binge eating and being busy now is huge. So imagine channeling all that energy you're already using to keep things together into something that actually builds you up long term. What do you think would change if all that finally clicked into place? These are the questions that you need to be asking in your sets, because this is what builds the authority on your part. And assuming that you have them hooked, they are going to give you everything that they need right now and complete that vision so that when you push to actually book a call, there's gonna be no problem. They're gonna want to book the call with you. So client responds, we say, I got you sounds like you already know lifting is the way, and having the right environment could finally bring the calm to chaos. And so now we are pitching the call. Do you feel like if we actually mapped that plan, you'd be able to lock in, stay consistent, actually enjoy the process again instead of just trying to keep up? He says it's kind of hard to do that, but I probably wouldn't be in the place where I am without my therapist. I don't know, the client responded. Now we're getting into the pitch of the call. Totally makes sense. Sounds like you're getting home is the turning point, and the therapist gave you that first push. Respect again. Since things that are about to settle, I have a few more questions. This is like the exact thing that we almost use every time to be able to actually transition into booking the call, which is, I have a few more questions to ask, but it's gonna take a while over DM. Would you be open to schedule a quick 20-minute call with me so that I can get better understanding of how I can help you map out a game plan that actually fits your schedule and gets you to desired outcome? Boom, what dates do you have? We booked in the call, and like we talked about, this resulted in a $2,500 close. So very quality DM set. The entire framework that I kind of skipped over back here was used to be able to set this quality guy. And so this is what we're up to now. All right, so that was the entire strategy, kind of breaking down how we use our social profiles to attract high quality leads, as well as how to DM set, because that is gonna be the most important thing of you actually outreaching properly so that no leads slip through the cracks. I guarantee you have more quality leads than you think hiding in your DMs because you're not able to find them. So use all those strategies. Let me know how they're working out for you. If you need any help, go ahead and DM me on my Instagram at Markovka. I'll put it up right here. And I'll send you a voice note with some value. It's the least I can do. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, show some love. Thank you again, and I will see you soon.